Hey folks, welcome to the Truck King YouTube channel and the State Fair of Texas here in Dallas. So right now we're over here at the Ford booth taking a look at the brand new redesigned Super Duty. Now sadly we don't have numbers yet, but Ford is making some big best-in-class claims and we're going to look at everything you need to know about this truck right now. Like I said right off the top, no, Ford has offered us no numbers, but I can tell you about the powertrain lineup. So there is a brand new 6.8 liter V8, which is going to serve as the base engine. That's a gas engine. Move up, you get to the 7.3 liter Godzilla. And then of course, we still have the 6.7 liter Power Stroke diesel here in these trucks, but now it has two different outputs, standard and high output. Now again, I don't have numbers to share, but Ford says it's going to be best in class, which means it's going to make more than 1,075 pound-feet, and if I was a betting man, I would bet on 1,100 pound-feet of torque from this truck. As soon as we have those numbers, we will share them. Oh, and by the way, all of those engines are now hooked to a standard 10-speed automatic. Walking around the show here, looking at all the new HDs, there's clearly been an emphasis on off-road heavy-duty pickups, and that's what we have right here. This is the updated 2023 F-250 Tremor. Now, a lot of the things are the same here. You still have a set of 35-inch Goodyear Wrangler Duratracs. You're getting a rear locker, an available front limited slip differential, and some of the new things, though, they've really focused on some of the technological aspects. For example, you now have trail turn assist on this truck. That's where if you hook it into a hard left-hand corner, it'll actually lock up the rear driver's side tire and allow you to rotate around it. That's only been available on the smaller trucks. Now it's here on the HDs. Another cool new feature is front and rear differential vent tubes. So essentially the diffs in your transmission need to breathe, and if you're going through water, well, that's a problem. So they've located all those tubes up high to make sure you're going to be fine fording quite a bit of water. Here at the front of the Tremor, this truck doesn't have it, but you can get an available 12,000 pound winch that would go right there in that cutout in the bumper. The other things you're getting here are a full skid plate package and a front end lift to level off this truck. So the Tremor is pretty cool, but actually another announcement Ford made is the new XL off-road package. It brings along a lot of these goodies and they bring it down to that base XL Super Duty. So again, this emphasis on big trucks going off-road has never been more clear. Now there's brand new interiors that have arrived for these trucks as well. Right here, we're actually looking at a base truck. This is an F450XL. This is basically gonna be your max payload and max towing option. Now, even on the base truck, you're still getting a standard 8-inch screen. Of course, once you move up in the range, you can see it here, you get a much bigger screen. But yeah, it's still nice that at the base, you get the screen. A lot of utility focused things, like a nice place there to stash your stuff, a nice place up on the dash to stash your stuff. In the back of this bench seat, there's a spot, and then what I really like, underneath the bench seat, there's also a nice spot down there to stash your stuff. Again, very utility focused. Now, maybe one of the smartest things that I saw on this truck, for someone who's actually working with it, are the new auxiliary buttons that can be programmed right into your touchscreen. So let's say you have a crane that's been upfitted to your truck, and you want one button that's gonna lower the crane, bring up your outriggers, and shut off your PTO. Well, Ford will now do that for you. You can call them up, they will set up a custom button where the truck will do exactly what you want it to do. I think that's a brilliant solution for folks working every day with their trucks. Plus, they didn't get rid of the 6 hard auxiliary switches. So maybe you just got a strobe light on the roof. Well, you can just hit the switch and your lights come on. So again, Ford really went out of the way to make sure working with this truck is easier than ever. Another thing that's helping is how connected it is. There is a 5G modem here, which is going to allow for over-the-air updates, and 10 different devices can be hooked up to this modem at the same time. So you might have noticed by now that a lot of the new features here on the Super Duty have just been brought up from the F-150, especially the interiors. They were basically introduced on the half-tons, and now they've been put into the Super Duties. Another feature that's been brought up, which makes a ton of sense in this segment, Pro Power on board. So you get 2 plugs right there, and you get 2 kilowatts of power. Now, you don't get that huge 7.2 kilowatts because this isn't a hybrid like the F-150 is, and without that battery, you can't get all the power. But still, 2 kilowatt generator is pretty decent. Now, another kind of really neat feature, and this is not a new feature in the industry, is that bumper step right there. We all know General Motors brought this out years ago, and now Ford has copied them because it's a brilliant idea. it makes it that easy to step up into the bed. They actually have a little handle they've cut into the rear corners right there, which again, GM also did. But still, I think that smart ideas are smart ideas no matter who comes up with them. So this is a good one to copy. Then the last really smart idea, it's not actually on this truck, but I'll show you a shot of it. Ford has actually put a new camera and backup sensors into the lip of the tailgate right up here. That means when the tailgate's dropped, you don't lose your rear backup sensors or your rear camera. Now me personally, I have a lot of ATVs or snowmobiles in the bed a lot, and that means the tailgate has to be down. So how nice would it be to drop your gate and not lose that functionality? Again, kind of a little thing, but I think it's a really smart feature brought out by Ford. And this is on the other end of the spectrum when it comes to interiors. This is the F-250 Platinum. You can see you're getting that huge touchscreen, these beautiful seats. I'm really impressed with all the bolstering and all the different adjustments on the seats. This really nice stitching, this sort of Alcantara feel. And then again, huge touchscreen, fully configurable driver info cluster. So all the technology is here. And new for this year, a brand new head-up display has now also been brought to this truck. So yes, when it comes to tech here in the interior, the Ford's got it all. Plus, cameras everywhere. Not only are those new cameras in the tailgate and all over the truck, but Ford now has a trailer camera system. You can install 4 cameras on your own trailer, whether it be a fifth wheel or a big box trailer, and then you can see all the way around it from your screen up here. Now they are wired cameras, so you got to install them and wire them up yourself, but still, it's a pretty cool system to be able to see all the way around whatever you're towing. Well, folks, I feel like I've mentioned a ton of technology already, but there's even more that I have to talk about, and you're gonna notice this is a theme across all the HDs. You know what? The numbers are getting bigger in terms of towing and payload and power, but the amount of technology being added here has honestly really been the focus. So what am I talking about? Well, things like trailer-specific navigation, so you can put in the height and width of your trailer, and the nav system will make sure you don't go under any low bridges. Another thing here brought up from the F-150, onboard scales. So whatever you're putting into this bed, this truck will actually weigh it for you. Plus, if you got a trailer on the back, it will tell you your tongue weight. A really smart feature right there for trailering. And then another thing for trailering, you get Pro Trailer Backup Assist, but also Pro Trailer Hitch Assist. You pull this truck up to your trailer and the truck will back itself up into your trailer. Maybe unnecessary, but still pretty cool. So yes, a ton of new technology has arrived here on the Super Duty. And some other things that aren't technological, like that bumper step, that's just a smart idea, although they did rip it off. Now, of course, though, I need to hear from you. So please go into the comments, let me know what you think of this new Super Duty. As I already mentioned, the second we get those power numbers, we will put them out there for you guys to see. And I hope that Ford doesn't disappoint with those big claims. Now, when you're down below, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member, and then come right back here to the Truck King YouTube channel to see what we are talking about next. See ya.